Hey everyone, my name is Sandu and this is devlog number 5 for my upcoming hardcore survival horror game called Holdout. Holdout is going to be a game with a heavy accent on survival and crafting, with horror elements. In this video, I'll show you the animations that I made, as well as the system that controls their speed. I'll present to you my new art idea for the game, and we'll show you the new death animation. I think you might really like it, so watch this video till the end. But before we start, pause this video and subscribe to my channel. It takes you just a second to make my day. Thank you. Back to the video. So, I started with adding some more animations to the game. That includes idle animation, walking and sprinting backwards animation, and sprinting forward animation. All of them were of course downloaded from Mixamo. I made some input to test the animations, and right off the bat you can see some problems. First of all, the character is sliding on the ground like it's some sort of butter. Second of all, the diagonal movement is much faster than any other movement. And last but not least, what the fuck is that? I fixed the diagonal movement speed, so now the speed in any direction is the same. Also, I fixed the diagonal movement animation. Well, if you can call that fixing. Nah, I'm joking. I'll fix it a little bit later in the video. And I changed the playback speed of the animations, so now the character isn't sliding on the ground like he's ice skating. Well, he's running like he hit his pants, but I guess that's still better, right? In order to be able to synchronize better the playback speed of the animation with player's movement speed, I set both of them to 1 and starting comparing. If you're a curious little penguin, you might ask, but how did you do the synchronization and the comparison? And here is the answer. That's an extremely complicated process. So I was looking at the result, and if I liked the result, that was synchronized. If I didn't like the result, it wasn't. When I was finally satisfied with the outcome, I made it so the animation's playback speed is directly controlled by the character's speed. And in order to do that, I had to create some float variables for the animator and then change them within the script based on the character's speed value. Everything seemed to be working, but because of the background color I was unable to tell if the player is moving or not, so I couldn't tell if the animations are actually synchronized with the speed. I decided to change the background from a plain game object to a terrain game object. Oh yeah, now it's definitely easier to spot it. And as you can see, the synchronization was hella bad before. Oh my god, what's that? After a while of tweaking, I think the animations look quite smooth and convincing. Well, most of them. All of them except of the diagonal movement. I still have to work on that a little more. As I was expecting, the pixelization effect makes the whole thing look even better, so I really like how the animations look now. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Meanwhile, I added stamina to the game, so when the player is running, he is wasting the stamina, and when he's standing or walking, he is recovering it slowly. And since the stamina was working, I decided to quickly add a stamina bar to indicate that. Since we already made one UI element, I decided that I should go further and continue working on that. So I jumped directly into Photoshop and started sketching some UI ideas. I was mainly inspired by such games like Rust, Dark Woods and Minecraft. I think those games handled the UI system quite well, so I want to do something similar. I want to keep the UI minimalistic, so I won't have too many bars and indicators there. However, there are a few things that I know that I need to have. That's gonna be the health bar, the stamina bar, the current time of the day, and the hotbar from the inventory system. Here is the final version of the sketch. So as you can see, we have all the elements that I enumerated, and also we have some icons showing the current status effect. All that I need now is just to implement it in the game. Pfft, easy. Before I continued working on the UI system, I decided to add another small system called exhaustion. Now, if the character's stamina value reaches 0, he will get exhausted and he won't be able to perform any action that requires stamina until its value reaches 30% of the maximum value. So what that means is it's better to not use all the stamina, because then if it regenerates a little you'll still be able to use it. However, if you get exhausted, you'll have to wait until it regenerates to 30% of the maximum stamina. Yeah, I don't know about him, but I get exhausted every time I inhale air, so... Oh, remember I said I'll fix the diagonal animations a little bit later in the video, so the moment arrived. As you can see now, when the player is moving backwards and diagonally, it looks quite convincing. Alright, I think it's finally time for me to reveal you my idea. Well, if you're on my Discord channel, then you must probably already know about it, but if you don't, I'm gonna tell you about it now. So, I will make all the enemies 2D models instead of 3D, so the environment and the main character will still be 3D models with 3D animations, but the enemies will be 2D. That does add a unique look to the game, and I really like the end result. So, here is how it looks in the game. That's just a temporary sprite that I found on internet, but I think it looks quite interesting, right? And the pixelization effect makes everything look even better. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about that. Now back to the UI. As you can see, next to the now green stamina bar, there is another red health bar, and they made it so the player takes damage whenever he touches the enemy. I said whenever he touches the enemy. Oh, okay, better. Now it's working. Now that the player is able to take damage, guess what's next? He should be able to die! So I found this nice death animation on Mixamo, of course, and I downloaded it. After that, I had to rig it with my character model, as I said in my previous video, and everything was working fine. Well, almost. I decided to investigate and find the source of the problem, and the source of the problem was the butt. Interesting. Yeah, the butt is made out of butt. Oh, and also I need to fix this shit. Alright, I solved the problem with the bars, and I solved the problem with the legs during the death animation. However, that's still not enough. As you can see, something looks a little bit off. Let's investigate. Well, yeah, something's definitely wrong. And I think it might be because the body is floating above the ground. The reason why that happens is because I turned off root motion, so when the animation is played, the character stays on the same place. I wasn't sure how to fix that, but that's not a problem because I got an even cooler idea. Instead of just playing an animation on death, I will transform the body of the character into a ragdoll. And that's how it looks on practice. I think the game is much more fun this way, so I'll definitely stick with that. That's it for this video. Make sure to check out my Discord channel. Currently we have an event going on which is called Penguin Arts. The topic of the event is Spartan Penguin, so if you want to participate, all you have to do is submit either a drawing, a 3D model, or even a photoshopped image on the topic Spartan Penguin on our Discord server. You can find more about the event on the channel. Hope to see you there. See ya in the next video!